What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, we have a massive leak and rumor update for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's DLC, the Indigo Disc. In today's video, we're going to be covering the brand new Pokemon being added to the Indigo Disc. We now know their names for the most part, and this is incredibly exciting stuff. And of course, guys, if you like this type of content, enjoy these videos. Please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting the channel by joining the Pan Fam by hitting that join channel member button below. So this all began with ABC Boy on Twitter, and they were going through the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet 2.0.1 data mine. So this data mine occurred when the Teal Mask DLC dropped. That was part of the update, and that data mine had a lot of things, including information about the Indigo Disc, a lot of things that were coded in ways that we couldn't fully understand them. But this is a massive find. So Game Freak left in what the alphabetical order should be for the dummied out Indigo Disc Pokemon in each language. So if you're into multi-language word games, here you go. So now we have a puzzle to solve as a community. And luckily the community has been working on it a lot, but I'm here to explain what this actually means, right? So we have these internal IDs. We have 8 internal IDs. These are the new Pokemon being added to the Indigo Disc. And we know there's 8 Pokemon because 1, Raging Bolt, Iron Crown, right? Officially revealed to us already. And we know they're going to have another 2 Pokemon to complete those Paradox trios. So like in Iron, whatever, Iron Ram for like Terrakion as an example, and like Paradox Entei, you know what I mean? Like, so we have those guys, right? That's so far 4. We know that Terrapagos is in it, right? So that's 5. That's a new Pokemon. Archidon was officially revealed, so that's 6. We know that Diplin is going to have an evolution because it can use Eviolite in the game. Plus, it was already in the data mine that it has a scrubbed out ID for an evolution. So that's 7. And the last one is Doku Taro, the Peach Pokemon we've been talking about a lot recently. And we have seen official images of that from the code already. So we have 8 Pokemon being added to the Indigo Disc. Those are the only 8 Pokemon being added to the Indigo Disc for new Pokemon, not including all the returning Pokemon, but that's not as exciting as new Pokemon. So what is the big deal? This looks like a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Sort of does, honestly, until I read about it a lot. So we know the internal ID for these Pokemon for their Dex entries are going to be like 10, 13, 10, 17, 10, 18, 10, 19, 10, 20, 21, 22, and 23. And their names are going to be in between 2 Pokemon, right? So pretty much they scrub their name, but we know what order they were in, right? So whatever Pokemon for 10, 13, their English name is going to be in alphabetical order in between Huntail and Hydreigon, right? And then, of course, these are all the different Pokemon's names being translated in different languages as well. So, you know, the alphabet will work in different ways like that, which makes a lot of sense. This is why you see different Pokemon names on different things, because not every Pokemon is named the same thing in different languages, and some don't even use the same type of language, like when you have characters instead of like the alphabet, correct, right? But this makes a lot of sense. But the ones we already knew about, right? Raging Bolt right here, right? We know that 18 is going to be Raging Bolt because we know what Raging Bolt is. We know the name. We know its name in other languages. So if you look at the English name, right? So R-A and R-A. So Raging Bolt fits between R is an R-A, right? So it makes sense. And it's R-A-G. So R-A-G fits between R-A-B and R-A-I, which is Rabska and Raichu. So this makes sense. This is where you put Raging Bolt. And you can do the same thing for like Iron Crown here, right? So Iron Crown goes between Iron Bundle and Iron Hands because that's just how it works out, right? So that makes a lot of sense. Terrapagos here as well. So a lot of these sort of make sense, but then there's also the Pokemon that we don't have their official names for. So let's begin with ID numbers 1017, right? So this is a Pokemon, we don't know what it is, but because it's in front of Raging Bolt, we can assume that this is going to be the Paradox Entei, which makes a lot of sense because we know Iron Crown's right after the Raging Bolt, and we know this next one is going to be Iron something based on the scrubbing here, as you can see in Teleon and Iron Bundle, right? So this makes a lot of sense. So this is going to be the Paradox Entei at 1017. Now, its English name is going to be in between Gothorita and Gourgeist. Now, we got to think of words that can fit between G-O-T and G-O-U. Now, your right on here says, example, Paradox Entei is between Gothorita and Gorgeist. So the first two letters of the English name are definitely G-O, and the third letter is either a T or a U. Now, what could it be? Like G-O-T, like it's godding or something? I don't know. But G-O-U can be gouging. So it seems like Paradox Entei is going to be something, is going to be gouging something, right? That's going to be the start of our name. And then from there, we can start trying to figure out gouging what? Well, one, if it's gouging, if Paradox Entei is gouging, which I'm going to assume that is correct, it's probably some sort of Triceratops because it needs some sort of spikes on it. And imagine this Pokemon's going to have a lot of spikes on it, and it's going to be run into you and gouge you. So I'm going to imagine a lot of spikes on his face and something like that, which will be very interesting. Now, another one, 1022, looks to be the Peach Pokemon, right? Because PA and PE has to be in between PA and PE. Well, Peach, PEA, is in between PA and PA and PEL, right? So the Peachmon could literally be called something like Peach something. And people are saying that Peachy Keen could be the name of this Pokemon because it would be like a play on words, which would be super interesting if we got something like that. Now, if we keep looking at these other ones, so that's 1022, right? So the Peaches down here, looks like we got gouging something on 1017. Let's go over to 1013. What could 1013 be? Well, Huntail and Hydreigon. Well, Hydra is before Hydreigon. H-Y-D-R-A. A before E. What Pokemon could fit here? Well, Hydroplane? Like evolved form of Diplin. So you got Applin, Diplin, and Hydroplane. Is a Hydra has many heads. We already know that there's 2 worms in Diplin. That makes a lot of sense. It could be Hydroplane. I mean, it fits within here. So I'm thinking the official name is going to be something like Hydroplane. And then we got something gorging here. And then Raging Bolt, Iron Crown. And then what could be down here? So in between Inteleon and Iron Bundle. So we know it's going to be something iron. They're always something like that. But it could be... But it has to be iron, right? Because it's a paradox. But it has to be an A or a B word that is before BU. So Iron Boulder would fit because that's a BO, Iron BO instead of Iron BU. So that would be something that fits here, right? Iron Battering Ram would technically fit, but that would not sound too great. But you know what I mean? So that's how we're getting this wordplay off. And then 1023 is definitely Archlodon, because Archlodon literally does fit between Arceus and Archon. So this is super easy. But it seems like, yeah, something gouging in something Iron Boulder-y or something, and then Hydroplane is pretty much our big pickups here, which is super interesting. Now, there's a couple other people who had some guesses on this, which I think is very interesting. So this user says Hydra Applin, or Go, G-O, T or U, Raging Bolt, Iron Crown, Iron or A or B, Terrapagos, then P or A or PE, which is the Peach, then Archlodon. So that's pretty much where we're breaking down that information from. And now this person has a full-on guess as well. Hydra Applin, Gouging Seer, which would be really cool, or it could be Gouging Spear. That would be really sick as well. Raging Bolt, Iron Crown, Iron Boulder, which is what I definitely think it's going to be. Terrapagos, Peachy Keen, which I like how this is spelled, and then Archlodon. So we have a lot of people guessing on this thread right here, and I definitely want to know your opinion in the comment section below. What do you think the name is going to be of the Paradox Entei, and of the Paradox Terrakion, and of the Peach Pokemon, and the evolved form of Diplin? Let me know what Pokemon names you think those 4 are going to be. Let me see if we see anything else. Gouging Lava, Gouging Heat, Gouging Fire. That's true because, you know, Walking Wake and Raging Bolt do have to deal with their element. So I can see Gouging Lava is definitely being a thing, or something, or Gouging Magma. That could be really sick too, honestly. That would be super dope. Iron Brace, that's another solid name right there too. So yeah, it seems like people were saying Iron Boulder. A lot of people are hyping this one up, so I can definitely see that. This is very cool though. It seems like we know all of the names of these Paradox Pokemon and the new evolution. So I'm very excited for these. Hopefully we get a new trailer soon. And of course, guys, like this type of content, enjoy these videos. Please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a good one.